Quý vị đang theo dõi chương trình Khéo Dùng Tiền của Đài Lý Sài Gòn TV và chúng tôi đang bàn với lại ông thị trưởng Mayor Jones và Chief of Police Elgin từ thành phố Garden Grove đến đây nói chuyện với chúng tôi về vấn đề những cái issue của thành phố Garden Grove và cộng đồng Việt Nam. Anh Tâm.
Dạ vâng. Thưa quý vị, tôi sẽ hỏi bằng tiếng Anh. So, Chief Elgin, how are we currently addressing the homeless crisis? Is a crisis throughout Orange County, and we see it now at an all-time high. How is our Garden Grove Police Department addressing the homeless?
So you're right. The homeless population has increased drastically in the city of Garden Grove and really all over Orange County. And I think the ultimate goal is to try to get these folks off the street, rehabilitized, and then back into society. However, it's been a challenge. Obviously, resources-wise, it's been a challenge, and we've certainly seen our own increase. As a result of that, well, let me just say this. In 2017, our homeless calls for service went up 33%. So that gives you a pretty good idea of what we're dealing with, just dealing with the homeless alone. What we did in October of 2017, we actually formed a team, a special resources team. 2 officers that do nothing but deal with the homeless population specifically, working with things like the Illumination Foundation and CityNet to try to offer services to get these folks off the street, get them into rehabilitation, counseling, whatever it takes. Unfortunately, the reality is very few people want to take advantage of those services. And as a result, people are growing roots, obviously, and you've seen them up on the riverbed up by Anaheim Stadium. Yes. And I think what's important for us to note is that there's a pretty good portion of this population that is involved in criminal activity. And I think that's one of the reasons you see the crime rate starting to continue to go up, not just in Garden Grove, but throughout Orange County, but certainly Central Orange County, Santa Ana, Garden Grove, Anaheim, and in part to some of this homeless population. So what we're doing as a police department is to simply connect with these folks, offer them the services needed, try to get them off the street, try to get them into rehab. But like I said, very few people take advantage of it. And I think at that point, it's just a matter of accountability. Want to make sure that they're following the rules, that they're not out there staying in parks overnight, things of that nature. And of course, we're going to hold them accountable to the law for as far as any illegal activity that they're involved in. And so that's really kind of the game plan. We've been somewhat successful, but again, we're spending a lot of money to try to make those connections with resources, and the trick is to be able to entice folks to take advantage of those. And I think at this point, neither us or the County of Orange has been able to do that.
Yeah. I know it's a sensitive issue, but you know, as you walk or you drive on like Harbor Boulevard, you see people like camping next to a business. Is it? I mean, like it's sensitive, but you know, like it's illegal, right? It's illegal for someone to camp, you know, next door to your business, and then you know the business owner would call the police and have them come and try to remove the person. But I was told that many times, you know, the city wouldn't do anything. Yeah. What I mean, because of the sensitive of the issue, or?
No, I can tell you that's probably not true. I think when you're dealing with private property, it's a little different. Right. So if we're dealing on private property, then what we've done is we've gone out and partnered with those business owners or those property owners to sign letters that we can actually use if somebody's trespassing on the property. We have the ability to cite them for trespassing in order to move them along. But I think any time you have an issue with the homeless, you certainly should call the police. And like I said, if it's not a regular patrol officer that'll handle it, it'll be one of our special resource team members that will actually go out and work with you, working with the community, and obviously working with the individual to try to get them off the street and you know, get things working properly.
I'd like to add that our special resources team received a big award this last year from the Association of California Cities. Every year they do what they call the Golden Hub of Innovations Award, where they highlight different practices being done in various cities that could be replicated and shared as best practices for other cities. And our special resources team won that for the way they're addressing our homelessness issue by going out and building personal relationships with the homeless, getting to know them, their stories, their backgrounds, personalizing the relationship with the individual homeless, and trying very hard to lead them to resources available.
Yeah, no, I have to. As a business owner, property owner in Garden Grove, we've been a beneficiary of the trespassing and the tools that you've put in place, and that has helped our business prevent crime from previous. So thank you for that.
The issue of homelessness also has to do with housing affordability also. Many of these, people, I mean, I heard, according to like news, cannot afford houses in Orange County, Garden Grove in particular. Is the city addressing that issue also, housing affordability?
Yeah, one big plug I made at the State of the City address just last week was that for a city that's so aggressively involved in redevelopment activities all over, I think it's incumbent upon us to be the poster child of creating affordable housing. We're trying to do that. We've got a lot of room for improvement, but we're very proactively focusing on that as a core initiative. We've done, last year we had a 47-unit project done by Jamboree Housing in partnership with the local church, where they took some excess land, they built 47 affordable housing units. We've got I think it's a 92-unit apartment acquisition and rehab project going on Bolsa Avenue in Garden Grove, where a private developer came in and using subsidy to create a covenant for long-term affordability for these units is completely rehabbing the whole apartment complex and making them all into affordable units. We've done a number of those projects. We've got other things in the works, and we've got our eyes set on different sites that are coming up that we could employ that type of logic also. We also have the biggest one everybody asks about is the rusty skeleton. It's called that big, that big rusting structural eyesore in the sky. We made the big announcement that project is now moving forward, and that will be 400 units of senior affordable apartment housing. So that's another.
That's the one at the corner of Brookhurst and
Garden Grove Boulevard.
Yes, we all
Can't miss it.
Next door to the Ramada Plaza.
We've all seen that.
So that's moving forward. That's big, exciting news, and that will be 400 units of dedicated senior affordable housing.
That's great.
Units.
Chief Elgin, as you know, the Vietnamese, a lot of Vietnamese, especially older generation, are afraid of the police. Don't want to deal with, they rather go to their neighbors than the police.
Absolutely.
Do you have any resolution, anything to address the Vietnamese population in that category?
I think my message is simple. We are a community policing agency. So what does that mean? What that means is we cannot be effective as police officers without the help of the community, whether it be the Vietnamese community or any other community in the city of Garden Grove. We are professionals. We take our job very seriously. We are an accredited agency, so all our policies and procedures have been vetted through CALEA. And more importantly, I think what I'd like the community to know is we're a customer service-based police department. So what I want you to understand is, if you see something, say something. Never be afraid to approach the police, contact the police. We are your partners in this endeavor to make the city of Garden Grove safer, to fight crime, to solve problems within the community. Whether, there's many problems in the community that the police department is involved in that has nothing to do with crime. They're quality of life issues. And so the homeless issue would be a great example of that. Their quality, it's not a crime to be homeless. However, it does create some blight and quality of life issues that we are willing to work with. And I think from our perspective, we rely on that community, and we would hope that we could continue to break down those barriers and work with the Vietnamese community. And we're hiring. We're hiring young Vietnamese men and women for not only police officers but civilian jobs within the Garden Grove Police Department. Look online. Love to make our police department more representative of the demographic of what we see here in the city of Garden Grove.
Thank you, Chief Elgin.
Coming from Vietnam, and this is very important. Vietnamese or people from Vietnam or Asia countries, think that police can come to your house and take you away in the middle of the night. So would you tell the audience that that's impossible here in this country?
Impossible. We're a country of laws. Obviously, the Fourth Amendment search and seizure, we just can't come busting into your house. We're there to help the community. If you call us, we'll be there. Obviously, if we're out in the street and we're doing our job, we're looking to do police work. I mean, one of the things that I take a lot of pride in with the Garden Grove Police Department is, regardless of all the noise that's going around us with the AB 109, Prop 47, 57, homeless, I tell my officers all the time, we turn that off and we continue to do police work. And to us, that's the work ethic, and police work is what we're good at here in the city of Garden Grove. And we'll continue to do that. but the citizens they should never fear the police department. We're there to help you, and of course, if there's ever an issue with how we handle a call for service, we need to know that. There's a complaint, there's a complaint form or that we have at the police department. We can send it to you in the mail. You can come down to the police department and pick it up at the front desk. But we take all of that stuff very seriously. And again, we're a customer service-based business.
I like that term, customer
yes.
service, and I need to translate that into
Yes.
Vietnamese. Very
Yes.
important. Kính thưa quý vị, ông Chief Elgin có nói là bộ cảnh sát cũng như là một cái công ty vậy, like company.
đúng. Yes.
Customer service is number one, tức là người ta xem quý vị người ta xem quý vị như là khách hàng của mình, là partners, cho nên quý vị cần một cái dịch vụ gì gọi cho cảnh sát. Thứ nhất, thứ hai nữa là ở tại Mỹ, cái hiến chương Mỹ, cái Fourth Amendment nó không cho cảnh sát tự động vô trong nhà buổi tối ban ngày và bắt quý vị mà không có giấy của quan tòa. Những điều rất là quan trọng, và cảnh sát bên Garden Grove muốn quý vị làm việc chung người ta để giảm tội ác tại thành phố Garden Grove. Thank you so much for coming. Would you have a word with the audience, Mayor?
Yeah, just we want to hear from the community. We want feedback, and so if everyone would if you live in Garden Grove, would you take 5 minutes and go on the city's website, upload the community survey, and answer the simple questions about just your level of satisfaction with the city, the public safety, and your expectations going forward in terms of the level of service we provide.
Chief Elgin?
We're honored to be your police department. We cannot do it without you, and so we look forward to many more years of effective policing within the Vietnamese community. And again, we're hiring. So if you're interested in a job in law enforcement, whether it be on the sworn side of the house or the civilian side of the house, remember there's dispatchers, there's records personnel, there's community service officers. Come see us. Go online, check out the job availability, and we'll see you.
Thank you so much. Kính thưa quý vị, ông Chief có nói đi nói lại một lần, hai lần là hiring. Cảnh sát Garden Grove đang mướn người. Quý vị nên con cái trong nhà muốn làm trong cảnh sát, muốn patrolman, muốn làm văn phòng, xin quý vị đến văn phòng hoặc là go online để xin việc làm với lại thành phố Garden Grove. Cũng cho quý vị biết là cái retirement benefits của thành phố rất là rộng lượng. Chúng tôi xin cảm ơn quý vị đã theo dõi chương trình và xin hẹn gặp lại quý vị trong kỳ tới.
Xin cảm ơn quý vị, cảm ơn luật sư Tony và cảm ơn Mayor Jones. Thank you, Mayor Jones. Thank you,
Pleasure.
Chief Todd Elgin,
Pleasure.
for your time here today.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.